Do you ever see something like on TV or on YouTube or whatever where you see people from another country talking about the country that you live in, and like you suddenly sometimes you'll kind of get taken aback and you'll be like, oh, is that how we are viewed? Like sometimes you have a moment where it's like, are they laughing with us or at us? That's kind of what it feels like to be a Brit. Like I love where I'm from. I'm from the north of the UK, Yorkshire. Definitely biased, but it's my favourite part of the UK. Straight to the point, caring, and with a lot of greenery. The Shire, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, they kind of seem to popularise the North somewhat. Can't deny that from the outside looking in. We're a funny little country, aren't we? We're a funny little country, Great Britain. Why have we got so many accents in such a small piece of land? If other countries were people in your class at school, so we would be the nerdy kid that everyone kind of takes the piss out of. Great Britain's, yeah, the kid that, like, kind of nerdy, doesn't always wear the best garms, doesn't always come in the newest threads, you know? Really, really, really wants to be friends with the USA. And the USA is the kid in the class who everybody wants to be friends with. Extremely popular. Popular with the girls. A nightmare for the teachers. Always pulling pranks. Making stupid jokes. Starting fights for absolutely no reason. Slightly racist, but acts like he's not. Maybe a little bit of like second generational racism. Like the USA's dad is one of those dads. And so there's some questionable learnt behaviours there. Japan is the quiet but cute girl in the class. Japan has the kind of home that you would like to go to for tea. Meet the family. USA's house is like, you're not really sure if you're going to be safe when you go there. They've got 10 dogs. Large, angry ones. When you walk through the door, USA says, I've brought a friend over. Dad doesn't even look up from the TV to see who it is. Just says, sup. And then crushes his empty beer can in his hand. Mom steams around the corner with a tray of freshly baked cookies that don't look very good. Dogs in tow, heavily medicated, kind of skittish. And you think to yourself, am I safe here? All those worries are kind of quelled by the 75-inch 8K TV and USA's collection of really expensive sneakers. So it's easy to not pay attention to what's going on around you. China isn't even in your class. China is the headmaster of the school that pops his head around the door every now and then just to take a student out. Sometimes they don't return. But what got me thinking about this really was the US TikTok situation. Because, I mean, like, nobody seems to be really saying any of this stuff, or not what I've seen anyway. Certainly not in the news media. This ain't my bag. This is a video game channel, you know. This is, I stream video games on here. So, like, I definitely don't know the full picture of what's going on here. But, again, from this outside looking in perspective, TikTok blew up in 2019. I remember Christmas 2019, before the pandemic. That was my first Christmas where Vicky was enamored by TikTok and doom scrolling. 2020, Trump's in power. Trump calls for TikTok to be banned because he claims that TikTok is being used by China to mine the data of US citizens and presumably fears what's going to be done with this information. Like, I'm obviously being naive to this situation to some degree because a whole fucking country, one of the most powerful countries in the world, if not the most powerful country in the world, their government has all agreed that this is a problem. But is it? My data's been fucking mined all the fucking time. Like, by that logic, should Instagram and Facebook not be banned in the UK? Because they've definitely got a fucking whole bunch of my data. But what are they going to do with it? Like, everyone's always got their backs up about, oh, my data, my data. Like, what? Are they using it for, like, targeted ads and shit like that? Yeah. Have you ever turned targeted ads off? Have you ever taken a moment to not consent to all the cookie pop-ups that come up on websites and then see the shit that gets put in front of your face? I'm not saying I'm a supporter of the world and how it works right now, but it is the world we live in. And I would rather get ads pushed to me for things that my devices think I'm interested in, rather than the shit that it pushes me when it hasn't got a fucking clue. And what is it that it's actually collecting data on? Is it that they're collecting data on the kinds of trends and the kind of topics that are being viewed? Oh, fucking what? What are you going to do with that? Start a war? A Roblox war? So Trump calls for TikTok to be banned in 2020. Biden takes over office. Sleepy Joe obviously agrees with Trump on this. There was that big, like, congressional hearing or whatever it was, where they let me just find it.
Mr. Show, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen for a short video, if you don't mind.
Look, I ain't got words.
Mr. Show, that video was posted 41 days ago. As you can
Wait, right, okay. This in itself is wild. This video was posted 41 days ago, she just said. Look how many fucking likes it's got. 475 likes, 31 comments. This ain't even a viral fucking video. So how the fuck did she find it? That tells me that this is the video that was hand selected to be the one that's gonna make people go because they've had to fucking, they're in the depths, mate. They're in the bowels of fucking TikTok to find that shit. And also, are they acting like TikTok posted it? Like you couldn't find the exact same video on Instagram Reels?
You expect us to believe that you are capable of maintaining the data security, privacy, and security of 150 million Americans where you can't even protect the people in this room? I think that is a blatant display of how vulnerable people.
Why are the people in that room any more in need of protection than the people outside of that motherfucking room? That is the dumbest fucking point I have ever heard anybody make.
You damn well know that you cannot protect the data and security of this committee or the 150 million users of your app because it is an extension of the CCP. And with that, I yield back.
Can I respond, Chair?
No, we're going to move on.
Fucking hell. What? Right, so anyway, our point is, for whatever reason, the US government have decided that this thing's a threat. And I guess that hearing was their attempt to convince the public that it was a threat too. It kind of did the opposite. It was ridiculous. But yet, they were going ahead with the ban. And the stipulation for removing the ban was sell your company to us. Like, are they even being sly about it at this point? Sell your hugely successful company to us because we want to own it. Why do you want to own it, America? Well, we want to own it to keep our people safe. So absolutely nothing to do with the billions of dollars of revenue that this thing turns over yearly. Oh, is that a thing? I haven't looked at those figures. And then the funniest thing about all of this is TikTok went down for a mere number of hours, didn't it? It was down for a few hours the day before Donald Trump is inaugurated into presidency for the second time. Now, this man who's taking over the US of A today, just in the last week, this guy's made a meme coin which surged to like $11.7 billion worth. And then day one of his presidency, he reverses the TikTok ban that he set in motion 5 years ago. Now, who's the audience of TikTok stereotypically? I think it's fair to say it's younger people. It's teenagers and it's young adults. And ironically, it's also a lot of people that don't support Trump. And even a platform used to speak out against Trump because it's a free speech platform. And now Trump is giving it back to those people, assumedly winning their favor. There's nobody, like even Trump haters are not going to be upset that they got TikTok back. The guy is literally a movie villain. What the fuck, man? Like when I'm scrolling through pages, like I'm not trying to throw out any conspiracy theories out there because again, like I said, I've not done any research on the full picture. I'm literally just talking about this right now, but it feels like the world's smartest long con. It feels like a straight bait and switch. You type TikTok in Google right now, it's like TikTok starts restoring services after Trump confirms that he will turn the ban over. Trump says TikTok is back. And it was me who did it. It's genius. It's evil genius. He plants the seed in 2020. TikTok needs to be banned because it cannot safely protect the data of US civilians. And therefore, TikTok is a security threat to the US. He rallies the whole country's government against this company. Sets in motion 5 years of hearings and bills being passed in order to ban this thing. And then the ban is due to happen the day before he becomes the US president for the second time. And then the first thing he does as president is revoke the ban that he set in motion. How the fuck do you think of that one? I'm just like, is no one else gonna say anything? I'm happy for you, America. I'm happy that you've got TikTok back. I think it was a dumb fucking move in the first place to remove it. I think that everyone thought that, apart from the people that got behind Trump's initial push to get it banned in the first place. It's the most Trump plot twist I've ever fucking heard. This thing's bad for America. Let's get rid of it. Are you with me, government? Yes. Yes, we are. Sound. Oh, I was just kidding, but I'm just going to use it to get a whole generation of people back in my favor. I like the fire, but I put the fire out. Wild shit. Wild shit. Just ride this crazy wave we're on, man. See what happens next.